Alright, another day of backtesting here because I cannot take any live account trades or any funded account trades because it is NFP week and it is Thursday today. I'm not trading past Wednesday morning on NFP week. So yeah, just backtesting on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. So just another day of backtesting. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, first thing I notice is that I want to be bearish until here, only because this was a break of order flow here, disrespectful order flow. I want to see actually when does this candle close though. Okay, it's gonna close today. We're obviously bearish on the daily as well. Are we inside? No, not inside a higher time frame PD array. Swept some liquidity. Nothing crazy with news today. Alright, so let me just look at the daily candle again, see what I'd like it to do. So there's two draws right now on the daily. It's either here, right, or it's here. On the weekly, like I said, I'm bearish right now. So I'm thinking, if I'm bearish on the weekly, I would prefer this draw here. Now I'm not aiming for this draw, but this is just where I think price will more likely go than here. So I'm bearish. I just wish we were trading inside of a 4-hour fair value gap there. That'd be nice. But we sweep. Let me see. I think we probably already took equilibrium of this. Yes, we did. But we're still respecting it. I would say the only reason this isn't an A+ setup is because the PD array that I'm using, that I'm trying to find my model within, is a 1-hour fair value gap that has already been tapped into, and it's still being respected, but it just, yeah, you know, it's not as great as a candle that hasn't been tapped into already. So we got our sweep, right? We got our sweep. We're just looking for distribution now. What would I target? It's honestly a good question, because it's tough to really. Let me look at the 1 hour here. I mean, this is the trading range on the 1 hour, because we swept sell side, swept buy side. So we'll target something down there. Yeah, works for me. Traded back into this. See, this is nice, but it's before market opens, so I'll wait for something like that. You can see the 5 minutes still being respected nicely. That stinks, because that doesn't give us an entry then. Can I be honest? I'm going back here. I didn't realize this candle was going to close there. because what I was looking at, I was looking at this fair value gap here on the 3 minute, if it closed like this. So this, like that, targeting equilibrium of the trading range there. That works for me. Hey, let me just double check. Yeah, okay. There we go. Nice trade. Solid. I actually could have targeted this, but that's fine. On to the next one. I like my conservative targets, but you know, maybe leave a runner potentially. Okay, so that was Friday. Let's go to the weekly. So we close underneath this bullish weekly candle, meaning that we disrespected order flow. So I am bearish on the weekly. I wish we would have closed below here too, but that's enough for me to be bearish. I think we're going to come for this liquidity here, and then we'll make a decision on what we want to do from there. We could trade up into here first. That's a possibility, so I'll keep that in the back of my mind. But this is the weekly objective here, lower. This is a previous daily low that we can also target. So let's just see what we got here. I am bearish. Kind of ugly price action. I don't really see my model being present here. Yeah, pretty ugly. Just want to see the news for this week. PMI, nothing crazy this week, looks. Oh, never mind. Stand corrected. NFP on Friday, so we can only trade until Wednesday morning. Now, technically, off this move, you can argue, of course, that we stop liquidity. This is you know, I don't know if we would have gotten an entry. Doesn't look like it. Only entry would have been here. From a risk to reward standpoint, I don't know if that would have worked. I mean, I would I have targeted all the way down here? My weekly objective on Monday? I mean, I guess. But no, that wouldn't have been a trade I would have gotten into, but just because, I don't know, to me, like, there's too much liquidity to the upside for us to just sweep this one little tiny high and then go. I mean, obviously that's what we ended up doing, but for me, for an A+ setup, I don't necessarily like that. I'd probably sit on my hands, but clearly it had its it had a big desire to go lower, and I was right with my bias, but I didn't like how it did it. We left a lot of liquidity above, which I think is possible that, I mean, I know we come for it just because NASDAQ is not at 14K right now. So obviously eventually we come for it. But it must just be leaving it for later. Fair enough. So it reached my weekly objective, so that makes life a little bit more challenging. Let's look at the monthly here just to get a gauge of what we... Alright, so the monthly is we just tapped into a monthly fair value gap. That's something to take note of. I think we probably could come lower into this weekly fair value gap, or at least liquidity void here. So I'll mark that up. We can go to the next session. So what this would be, trading range, internal range liquidity, take out external range liquidity potentially, and target this liquidity void on the weekly. Let's see if we can get that. I'd like it to go a little bit higher than where it's at right now, but we technically did get the sweep. Okay, good. Keep going. Keep going. Could be enough potentially if get what I want here. Actually, we haven't gotten a break structure yet on the 1 minute. I just realized. Now we do. Alright, still going. I'm hoping it can go a little bit higher, tap into something like this hourly fair value gap would be nice to tap into. So we have a higher time frame PD array to work off of. Nice. Okay, now I'm comfortable with us going lower from here. That would be nice. No break of structure there though. Okay, now we got to break a structure. Alright, cool. This would be a nice entry here. I don't want to target anything crazy, that's fine. Beautiful trade, textbook. Now, we could keep a contract on here to see if it reaches these lows, but I like coming for the nearest objective if my risk to reward permits it. As you can see, right? It was a good call here. So that was nice. It was a good AM or PM session trade. So for the next day. So technically respecting a fair value gap right now, but it's one that's pretty much already gotten completely filled. I'd like to see us continue down to this liquidity void and potentially this fair value gap on the weekly, but also I'm aware of, again, that monthly fair value gap that we're currently trading inside of. So you know, makes my bias a little bit tougher to grasp here. Like, I want to sell down to here, but I also don't want to be caught in a reversal from that monthly candle. But I'm still a bear right now. I'd be targeting the previous daily candle and then this liquidity void. And hey, if I get caught in a reversal, I'll get caught in a reversal. But as of right now, on the weekly and the daily, we are bearish. So, but obviously have that piece of information in the back of our mind that, you know, the monthly chart is still bullish and we're inside of a bullish fair value gap. So, but right here, trading inside of a bearish fair value gap on the 4 hours. So that's nice for a PD array potentially. Go to the hourly. Some nice liquidity remaining down here. Trading inside of here, sweep. I would prefer one more sweep and then we can go lower. That would be nice. Because this for me isn't good enough. There we go, that's nice. Okay, now all I need is my distribution and I am on board with this. No, we didn't break structure there. Okay. Continuing to rally higher here. I don't mind this because we're still inside of a fair value gap. Let me look at the daily candle here. See what I'm dealing with. Okay. Hourly. It's still a sweep. I mean, alright, fair enough. It's gonna continue higher. That's fine though. I mean, didn't really give much of a entry for a buy with my model. Not that I would have bought anyway, but because it would have been against my bias, but fair enough. Off of this, that's fair. We had a nice sweep here. You could have sold from here, most likely. Wouldn't have given the greatest entry. Borderline chasing it at this point because we swept these lows, so I would have been a little skeptical of it. But maybe if there's something else you were targeting, let me see. Maybe if you're targeting that low or something, I could see it. So this is the final day of the week I could trade here because we have NFP on Friday. But I like that. We'll target this previous daily low now. Still bearish. Go to the 4 hour. Okay. Nothing to really gain from that. I mean, not trading inside of a, trading inside of this. But wait, that doesn't matter. I'm sorry, I confused bullish inversion fair value gap with a bearish one. So there's nothing on the 4 hour. 1 hour we got this, which is nice. And also this is our 1 hour trading range. But we're still trading inside of this, which is nice. So hopefully that can be held. And then, but also I don't really see any model here for me, so yeah, I don't really see anything, to be honest. I mean, you can call that a sweep, and but no. Of course, you can call it a sweep, but like at the end of the day, fair enough. Fair enough. No entry anyway, though. Unless... No. Maybe a 2 minute type thing. Nah, there's no entry. Happened too fast. Yeah, if my model showed up here on a lower time frame, I would be okay with selling. But it would essentially have to sweep the highs right now that we see. So it did that, okay. 5 hour, the 4 hour. I mean, this candle doesn't close until 2, so almost closing, but let's see if we get the reaction in time. Okay, that's fine, done for the day. Next day open, can't trade. Next day open, can't trade. All right. So we came back into that daily fair value gap and respected it pretty nicely there. If I look at the monthly, that's a bullish candle right now that we're dealing with. So it's definitely tough right now. I'm definitely bullish on the monthly. Weekly is a bit of a coin toss. Like there's a few different, it's giving me mixed signals, like nice rejection off of this low, so we had a nice sweep here of liquidity. There's nothing obvious to aim for on the weekly as far as PD arrays go to the upside of these. And then daily is obviously giving me mixed signals because I'm bearish on the daily. So interesting, tough trading environment currently. Let's see what we do. It's tough. I don't really have a bias right now. Leave it alone if you don't have a bias. It's that simple. Just leave it alone. This looks somewhat promising here for a buy, but I'm gonna leave it alone because I don't have a bias. Same thing. Still have no idea where I want to see price go. Longer term, obviously bullish. Monthly's bullish. Weekly is still bearish. Daily is still a little bit indecisive, leaning more towards bearishness considering we respected that daily fair value gap nicely. So contradicting biases, just letting price play out at this point. I'm not going to get in a stupid trade just because. Yeah, I don't really even see my model here, so. All right. There we go. New. Aim for something small like this potentially. Inside of a bullish PD array on the hourly 15-minute. Nice sweep, but happened too early. see us dropping here. Finally, a big move. Okay. This candle closes like this, and I'm bullish on the daily. And then that sweep is somewhat confirmed. And then we can start to be bullish. Current target would be here though. That's the current draw. So, you know what? I am bullish right now, today. Even before this candle closes. This is ugly though. Because the majority of that move happened overnight. Just not ideal. Nothing here. I mean, you could argue on a lower time frame you get a nice little sweep there, but it's just not ideal, right? Like, we end up going higher from there. I don't know. Like, it's just. Is it a trade that could have been taken? Yeah, it could have been. I had my draw. It was more of a 5-minute sweep, and then nice distribution. Yeah, could have been a trade that was taken here, but I'm okay with having left it on the table. It is fine. The candle's looking nice now. Still just bullish. I mean, I don't really have a, like, this is obviously the next draw on the daily, but this whole run up kind of is ugly though. I don't like that. But currently accumulating, which is nice. Hopefully we can get a sweep in continuation. Hoping for more of a sweep than what this is providing, but I'll go to the 1 minute just in case. Oh, I don't like this. Is this an A+ setup? That's what you have to ask yourself, okay? Here's the deal. Is this an A+ setup? Because what you have here is you have a sweep. You do. But it doesn't come and take the bulk of the lows. There's still a decent amount of liquidity resting below. On top of that, well, we don't have a higher time frame PD array that we're trading inside of. Also, that's something to take note of. And then also, if you go down to here, you see we left lows again still. I'm not going to take this. Too risky for me, but we'll see how it plays. Okay, good. Good. Very choppy morning session. It's just barcoding around. I'm not even going to entertain this. If it goes, it's perfectly fine. Not going to entertain anything like that. It's ugly as hell. Yo, ugly as hell. Makes me want to inverse this a little bit. Come for these lows. But it's a tough call. Still bullish. This is something we could trade into though. So that's a draw. So honestly, I'd be okay with inversing this today, but I am obviously more bullish longer term. And if we trade into this, we can go higher. So this is a nice day for trading. We got our sweep. Trades up into there like that. It's probably going to sell off upon market open here. Boom. Doesn't really give me what I want there. I mean, you can do this and see if it okay, fair enough. Still waiting. I'd like to see those get taken. Especially because there's a daily fair value gap resting underneath. So, see if we can get that. I mean, I can't, like, it's juicy underneath there, bruh. That's crazy. We're just gonna leave them. Fair enough. Damn, that's cold. That's cold-blooded, man. That is cold-blooded. We built up all that liquidity right above a daily fair value gap to not come and sweep it. That is cold-blooded. That's all I gotta say. Damn. All right. Fuck me. Okay, that's the next draw. Let's see if we can attack that today. Yeah, sweep. That's not a sweep. Okay, next draw. Just come and sweep something for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. I mean, look at this shit. I mean, come on. Bro. Give me a break. Thank you. Fucking thank you. For Christ's sake. Alright, now we can talk about potentially going higher. Let me see how low this got. I don't know what I'm looking at right now, but this is just terrible price action, so. Okay, taps inside of that. Previous daily high, something to target. Very, 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 very choppy. Chop, 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 chop. And it's just going to leave that liquidity again. This is like ridiculous now. I don't understand. You do you, bro. Nope. I was hoping maybe we can come and take that first, but next day open. Previous daily high. There you go. Very easy to find the bias here. We're bullish. Sweep, we're leaving this, like, come on. I guess we did the whole way up, didn't we? We left a shit ton of liquidity each time, so. I don't feel comfortable taking this, though. Maybe they're there. No, thank you. Good. That's very good. This is something I would entertain. I would say this isn't an A+ setup, but it's a setup that I'm bullish enough on the daily to take. And we swept. We have nice distribution after the sweep. Granted, I know that I like it enough. There we go. Still bullish. Nothing's changed. Targeting the previous weekly high. Yeah. Nice sweep there. Yeah, not sure I really like anything here, realistically. Give me 1 second. So, bullish bias, had a nice sweep on the 4 hour. Not inside any like higher time frame PD array, right? We can look back at the 4 hours to check. No. Bit difficult to see where we, I mean, yeah, it's harder. I mean, if we get a sweep, taking out these lows here, it would probably potentially put us inside of the, no, let's see how low we'd have to get to be inside here. Actually, we did already tap inside of it technically. Fair enough. We'll probably just continue to rally here without taking any prisoners. Ooh, my goodness. Was there news? I don't think I saw news, but that's a crazy candle. Probably something we want to avoid. But, I mean, we did get a sweep. We're back inside of this 4 hour fair value gap. That's fair. All fair stuff. We created more liquidity above. Okay. Okay. Look at the daily real quick. You know what? There's something to this, maybe. Even if it's just a conservative take profit. We need a break of structure. Alright, there's the break of structure. Conservative take profit has already been hit. Is this something worth taking? Is this a good enough setup? I would say it's a setup worth taking, in my opinion. We got a sweep, we got our distribution, we have a bias. Yeah, this is something worth taking, in my opinion. Was this a 1 to 1.6? Yeah, there's something to probably take in some partials here on a 1 to 1.6. I mean, or at the very least, you know what we'll just put the stop loss here. Thank you. Nice trade there. Solid trade. So this is the only draw left on the weekly. Look at that monthly candlestick off that. Oof. Lord have mercy. Let's just look. Yeah, so that's the only draw left. Still bullish. decide anything right now. No PD array. If we sweep this, we can make a decent argument for that. Okay, no sweep, just continuation. Fair. Interesting. I don't know if we swept anything. Okay. Interesting. Well, we're in this. We're in a higher time frame PD right now. We did a nice job sweeping liquidity there. This is our current trading range on the hourly. Target something conservative. There we go. Like that. Alright, it's really consolidating around my entry. This is just gonna have to be, I hate to do it, but yeah, it's just, look, it consolidated around my entry too long. Still bullish. We've now left a fair value gap we could trade into before we go higher. We don't necessarily have to. Inside of higher time frame PD array for sure. Swaps liquidity going higher now. This is definitely a target here to watch out for. It's probably just gonna rally. It kind of already made its move, and yeah, it made its move already. It's just made it too early for me. Swept at 8 o'clock and then rallied higher before market open on a higher time frame. Like I needed, maybe we come back into here and then I could go from there, but gonna be careful with my entries because there's 2 more days in the month here for me. And I'm up on the month, so I don't really want to give away those profits. Okay, so we took, I mean, all the objectives to the upside at this point. Doesn't mean I'm not still bullish, it just means we got to be a little bit more cautious with what we aim for. We don't really have, this is the only liquidity to the upside right now that we have, which is previous daily high. So we'll aim for that. Inside no higher time frame PD array at the moment. Nothing that I see. Sweep, but we're not sweeping into anything in particular. There's no higher time frame PD array. If there was more obvious liquidity, I'd be down to inverse here. But in my opinion, there is liquidity, but we did a decent job of sweeping before we continued. Like, I don't know, there's not really equal lows where I could be like, all right, we're definitely coming for these. I'm going to not actually place this, but I'm curious. Very good. All right, last day of the month here. Let's see if it gives us anything. Previous daily high is the only liquidity remaining towards the upside. Not inside anything. Price is pretty choppy. I mean, technically you can argue we're inside of this fair value gap, but I mean, it's just not a, in my opinion, not a very solid one. We'd need a sweep, and then would that sweep get us down to any? No, it's just so choppy. Like maybe a lower time. Nah, it already reached it. All right, fair enough. My model wasn't here. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. It just wasn't there. Wasn't present. Not inside a higher time frame PD array. Not even a sweep. Like, not a sweep here, not a sweep there. It just rallied. Fair enough. I was hoping that maybe it wouldn't reach this objective before the PM session, so we could potentially get some like 5-minute accumulation before continuing higher with my model, but no. So that is that. All right, we finished the month of October. Let's see how many trades I took, what the win rate was, or whatnot. So plus 4.5% on the month. You know, when you're trading an account this large, this is really all you need to be very successful. I don't have a live account that is this much money, but it just shows what you can do with you know, staying disciplined and only looking for the A+ setups. If you have an account, or if you have an account that's large enough, you let the money do the work for you. 4.5%. I started the month with 288,000, ended it with 301,000. So that's $13,000 on the month, and I took a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. Took a total of 6 trades, 5 wins, 1 loss. I was very selective. I mean, 6 trades over the course of a month time is an average of, you need 8 trades for an average of 2 a week, so it's like 1.5 trades per week. So, very, very selective. And yeah.